You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Pace Radio Show. And how is Tamara tonight?
Well, I'm not swollen.
That's
First
good.
day I woke up without being in pain in about 10. So
Yeah.
today's the day I've been in pain for the last 10 days and kind of like riding the heating pad and not doing a lot.
All right, well, I should let everybody know we are live at paceradio.net and at 420pace.ca. And if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
And Facebook too. Hello.
Yeah, that's right. It's right. Just so you know, tonight, over the next 90 minutes, we've got some studies, some medical studies and reports that we're going to discuss, as well as what's going on over in, where is that place? See, the Dutch Cafe, Cannabis Coffee Shops. An update what's going on there. Yeah, because everybody just thinks cannabis is legal over there.
Know that they had cannabis being served with alcohol at Pup Days in Lethbridge.
Today.
You could smoke cannabis in where they had the beer gardens, right, side by side, and purchase cannabis from legal vendors.
Oh, okay, yeah, side by side, so they're not in the same. They're not in the same.
Not like they were like you couldn't take your joints into was when you couldn't take the liquor into where the cannabis was, but you could smoke cannabis in a tent and have a beer next. But you couldn't be together doing it.
Together, okay. So they are separate. So that still follows the federal regulations, I believe, on that.
They did it at the Calgary Stampede when they found that it wasn't a big issue, that they had no with it. They let them go ahead at Whoop Up Days. Sorry for cutting you off, but I thought some local Alberta news, some Alberta good news, and so
So where was the first place you mentioned?
Calgary and Stampede.
Well, the Stampede. Okay, was there a second place, or was it?
Yeah, Lethbridge, Whoop Up Days.
Okay, there you go. That was the place that I was looking for.
Yeah, Lethbridge.
Yeah, so that's
Alberta Cannabis Club back in 2007, where we did the first global marijuana marches, where we had cops following us on their bikes, and now they're letting you smoke it at Whoop Up Days.
Times have changed, eh?
It's amazing how Alberta has just kind of gone buck wild, but nothing.
Really, I know. I agree that they've opened up things when it comes to like at events, cannabis events, and having.
God help you if you read The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, there are drawbacks. I completely agree with Alberta. But they, on the cannabis front, they have done some good things that way.
Like I said, because alcohol was already privatized already, like anybody could open, because in British Columbia, it's partially kind of like you can have a private liquor store, but it has to be, I think, attached to a hotel. I'm not sure exactly what the regulations are, because we have a liquor warehouse that's out by Walmart. So I'm not sure, would maybe a franchise is okay because it's probably ran by the BC government, maybe. I don't know. But we have but we also have private cannabis stores. But they have to all sell the regulated cannabis. They can't just
crap. Yeah. So, all righty. Yeah, are you? Have you slowed down on your travels back and forth?
School started.
Right.
So I was back. I was back, and I got back last week. I still was out there last week, and on the 20th, I came back. I think.
Yeah.
But
got Taven off to school.
He did.
Good.
And today, so we were 2 days in a row. Today was first day of full classes, and because he was out of school for 2 years with long COVID, he's going back to grade 10. And his class is ahead of him. But again, like I said, you know what? It's a fresh start. It's not like you failed. You never did it. You didn't do it. so it's not a failure. It's not a holdback. It's not like you failed grade 10 and you have to retake it. It's
Right.
totally different. So
CSP, any update on the CSP?
yeah, it's going. Like I said, I'm running out of things as usual. I'm empty. Pretty much, I'm empty. So and I have
Yeah.
school started. I just haven't had time to kind of like pump the fundraising or pump or anybody for stuff or go out to Dirty Darts. But I have to get that done. But yeah, I'm empty and I've got people waiting. Like I've got them phoning me saying, "Hey," I got them knocking on the door saying, "Hey," and I'm going, I don't have it. I'm just give me some time. We'll gather some stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
You
it's
know?
fall and it's harvest time, so I'm hoping that some patients will be generous with their harvest. And then again, I've got to go out to Dirty Yards. I've been out there for quite a long time because I was just this summer.
Yeah.
I did. Was it summer?
Well, the thing is, before you know it, it's going to be snowing. You're going to be saying you can't go because it's snowing.
Oh, I will go. I will go in the snow because my car is not
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
year. Right? And I've got brand new tires because I was in Lethbridge and blew two tires, so I had to get
Right.
2 new tires.
So I went out to see my ladies tonight.
Oh, I seen you were trying to kind of reaching for the sun on them the other day. Some shadow shots.
Shadow shots. That's right. Yeah, shadow shots. Let's see if I can.
Well, I guess everybody's got another probably 6 weeks
Oh
for
yeah.
for 6-8 weeks before they're ready. Oh, them are looking pretty nice. They're just starting to get beauty hairs on them.
Yeah. There's some purple in the hairs too. So.
Oh, I bet. See, we're still beating the 30 fucking 2-degree heat out here.
Yeah. Well, it was 80 degrees Fahrenheit today here.
Yeah, it was 32 degrees here today. Like I'm like flipping the air conditioner from my bedroom out to the living room so that it can kind of get back because the dogs, right? Like even when it's
Right.
cool in here, if the dogs are out in the living room, it's fucking 100 degrees out there. So
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to kind of back and forth it, but it's hot and it's supposed to be hot all week, like all week.
Well, enjoy it while you can, because soon we'll be complaining about the cold.
Complaining about the heat. I'm absolutely not complaining about it. Like I said, I barely got summer. I was kind of hoping now
Oh,
that it'll give me some time to do some stuff for myself and get CSP back on track, get some baking done. But when it's 35 fucking degrees still, I can't do any baking.
yeah, it's hot. Eh?
Right?
It's
Like
extra hot.
I
Yeah.
can't make candy because it doesn't at 30 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you get the right temperature, it still just doesn't set because it's just too fucking hot.
Too hot
And
for it to set properly.
yeah, and it stays sticky.
It's probably like sitting in a warm oven.
Pretty much. And like I said, the last batch that I pulled off, like I still have some that I have to send off in the mail, but they're so sticky. I just don't even want to. Like I was handing them out because these guys don't give a shit what they look like,
Right.
whether they're sticky or not, right? But when you're sending them off to a friend or something for a gift, you don't want to send them sticky stuff, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, with this heat, even my candy I can't make chocolate either. It just will not. I mean,
Oh yeah. I've seen that before. It just melts.
well, I mean, of course, you put it in the fridge. Like I don't put my candy in the fridge. But with chocolate, you always refrigerate it to let it set. But even chocolate, even if I thought, well, maybe if I use chocolate chips because I have these old chocolate, like a bunch of write-off chocolate chips at the store, give me and a bunch of white chocolate. So I thought I'd just try. Like I didn't put any medicine in it because I don't have any. But I didn't put any. Like I just tried them to see if they'd do anything. Like because it's chocolate chip.
Yep.
They were still kind of like you'd see the humidity on them, like that.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Once you've added the oil, if you're
I haven't
adding,
I didn't add any oil to them. I didn't because I wasn't going to taste it. I wanted to see if the chocolate would set, and what the chocolate would do was it was still sweating. Like you know what I mean? After you took it out of the silicone and you put it on, like even after like it's in the fridge, it's still sweating.
right?
It's so hot, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna hand out sweet chocolate.
Alrighty. Let's get into some research and study stuff today.
What about those more pictures of the ladies? Don't you have some more pictures of your friends?
Let me see.
I think that it's hard. It's people are wanting to look at that too, and you've come a long way. Like honestly, I mean, let's face it. you were a novice when you got started. You weren't a cannabis smoker,
Oh, I'll tell you, I used
right?
to,
You, like I said, you weren't a cannabis smoker for recreation. You were
yeah,
like, there you go. See, look at them beauties, right? But I mean,
I,
your story is quite compelling too, because like in reality, you weren't a cannabis consumer. You were just an average guy that worked every day, like you and your wife. We have kids and whatever, and then you got sick with Crohn's disease and found out that cannabis was going to be effective for your inflammation and pain, and you chose that over pharmaceutical medication,
oh
and
yeah,
came full circle, and then you realized how how beneficial it was. You couldn't stop telling the story, and that's how
yeah.
you jumped in full. Like that's exactly like with me too. It was like you jumped in full foot, like all the way in, like up into your neck in the swamp, right? And we've been floating around that swamp for the last 20 years, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, like, but it's quite compelling because that's, a lot of people like I smoked recreationally prior to using medically, right? Like, so I was always
Yeah.
kind of known as the pothead or whatever. You want to get a good bag, you could find Tamara will find you one kind of thing, right? Because I've always been a pellet smoker. And then when
Well,
I got into the
I,
cannabis movement, it totally changed
yeah.
my perception too, right? But you, like I said, you were just an average guy, right?
Well, I had smoked cannabis on and off since I was 13.
Yeah, but like not like medically,
Yeah.
like yeah.
When I had smoked oil, which is, back then it was called green oil. It wasn't called FICO or RSO. It was just called green oil.
It was usually pretty green, gross.
Yeah, yeah. And then when I stopped smoking that and switched over to cannabis, I got sick. Coincidence? I don't know. Haven't got a clue. But
Yeah, I've had a few people like kind of wanting to argue with me lately about that cannabis thesis, and I'm like, I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying that the numbers and the stats are so minuscule
hmm.
on per population that the stats don't really count. Like when it's 0.01%.
You're saying as far as finding a benefit with it? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
finding it, no, the hypersized that like people that have adverse effects from cannabis. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
and saying that it's causing mental health and schizophrenia. And I have a hard like I'm not saying that doesn't enhance the possibilities that maybe if you have the possibility of having schizophrenia already, that it maybe progressively brings it along. But there are no studies that prove that it does or it doesn't, right? And like I said, when I want to talk about these things, I want you to bring receipts. I want you to bring stats. I want you to bring actual facts.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Two people ending up with schizophrenia after smoking a couple joints out of millions and millions and millions of people isn't a deal. Like, you know what I mean? But you're making it a deal because two people out of fucking 2 billion people that smoke cannabis ended up with schizophrenia because they smoked a joint. So, like I said, when you want to argue with people about
And joints pretty, that's, yeah, that's,
right, but again, these are some of the arguments or the discussions. I would say I wouldn't say arguments, discussions that I get into, and I'm like, show me the proof, show me the study. Where are the statistics? Where are your receipts? Like, where's your proof of all this? You're all about all these things, but
well, they'll say, do your own research.
well, there's nothing you're going to find though. That's the thing. Like, where are you finding this information?
Well, yeah, like if you're going to say something, back it up. Is what you're saying.
Exactly. Like, show me the stats. Show me where you found this information. Don't just spew stupidity at me and then me go,
Well, see, that's why we usually talk about studies and research and stuff here on the show lately. Because like I've got the one here. It says that researchers uncovered new cannabis compounds. Did you hear anything about that?
no, they don't run these studies in general like mainstream media because they don't want
No,
people.
no, no. They identified 79 new compounds.
Wow,
Yeah, including a previously unknown class of flavor alkaloids.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm just trying to find it. What the exactly words here? They say there's polar, and I'm gonna mess up this word.
Uh,
Phenolics, polar phenolics.
I don't even know what word you
Yeah, they're a group of plant-derived compounds known for their solubility in polar solvents like water and alcohol.
Water's always good.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They say that these secondary plant metabolites include flavonoids, and these acids,
Oh,
phenolic, whatever, are primarily recognized for their antioxidant and health-promoting properties.
so they're more like more looking into the terpenes and
Yeah.
flavonoids of the
It's
plant.
it's they say they're also found in fruits, vegetables, and other
That's
based
what I mean. The
other
flavonoids
plants.
and all
Yeah.
those things that are in other vegetables and fruit, which are also found in cannabis, because it's a vegetable.
Yeah. They say one of the most significant findings is a tentative identification of 16 flavonoid derivatives, a relatively rare class of natural products which have been detected for the first time in cannabis. These compounds were primarily found in the leaf extracts of one specific strain, distinguishing it from the other two. They say this discovery suggests a greater chemical diversity within cannabis than previously understood and opens new avenues for research in the unique properties of different strains. So yeah, like
Well,
they're finding stuff all the time.
well, it's like Cheryl. Like Cheryl's like madly at school again, right? In September, she had to figure out how she was going to be on campus because she's got to be on campus to do these labs because she's doing she's doing this research on cannabis, right? So right now, I believe last night she sent me a text. She was looking for a location where she could actually grow the sprouts to complete the research. And she was looking for maybe a micro farm that was already growing lettuce or microgreens or something that would be willing to come in and help her or have her have a space in their space. So I haven't talked to her in a bit, but she's doing the research on the micro.
So obviously she's looking for somebody within her area.
She was willing to go as far east as Kamloops because she's on the coast, right? But they
Right.
don't want to go too far because Haley's doctor. But Haley has improved health wise so much that Cheryl was able to take her with her and take care of
Good.
her where she is.
Good. Good.
Yeah, definitely, definitely something that's not like wow because Haley has like just improved. Like it's just wow so much.
Oh, I know. I know from the times that I've spoken to her,
Well, but
it's just
she wasn't even verbal for like she was and then she wasn't because there was a time where Cheryl didn't think she was going to make it. She was like 85 pounds like on the couch and couldn't even speak. Right now,
right.
look at her go.
Go, go, go. That's right.
She's
So,
got a boyfriend for heaven's sakes. Like what the hell?
now, there's nothing else here on these new cannabis compounds, but yeah, as far as it just says here, is a detailed characterization of polar phenolics in cannabis inflorescence and leaf samples of 3 commercial strains by a comprehensive 2-dimensional liquid chromatography coupled to high-resolution mass spectrometry. That's what it's called. That's a big title.
Big title.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
exactly.
probably why people don't research anything about cannabis because they get words in there you don't understand.
Oh, when we do the news,
Right back to the package. So it says it's got blah 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 blah.
it's
I try to
exactly.
say these words, flanoline and lanolene and all these
Oh
words.
yeah,
Like, what
yeah. They're tongue twisters for me too. When you start trying to name off the terpenes, there's
right?
no doubt
Yeah.
with that.
So yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, like I couldn't even. These are these baby Jeters that I like.
Yeah, baby. What
Or
did you call them? Cheaters?
Baby Jeter is the brand. You
Oh,
can see it.
well,
Yeah.
hang on. Bring that back up again. Let me see if I can. There you go. Oh, I can't. Yeah, it's too shiny, glossy.
Hang on. It's a stupid blurred thing too that I've got.
Yeah, it's that blur thing you got going on there. So yeah, okay, it's good enough. I've seen some of it. It's a blue and white label.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
Can't see through the packaging though.
no.
Hey, puppy. I can see him walking in behind you.
Oh yeah, he's back.
Hey, I have got another study here. You know, we talk about how cannabis or when we consume cannabis and how it can be found in our system for a long period of time.
Right.
Okay. What if you feed cows hemp biomass?
Well, then they're getting some CBD in the meat, and it's gonna stay in those fat for a really long time.
Well, there happens to be a study done on that, just so you know. It says that there's milk from dairy cows. Milk from dairy cows fed hemp biomass is cannabinoid free after 12 days.
So they let it sit for 12 days.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the numbers here. They say there's a study that was published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that when dairy cows were fed spent hemp biomass products, cannabinoids, including THC, were undetectable in milk after a 12-day withdrawal period, but THC remained detectable in the cow's fat tissue for up to 30 days after the withdrawal period. So it wasn't in the milk after 12, but it remained within the cow, just like it is in you and me, for a month after consuming
But
it.
12 days, you're gonna let that milk sit for 12 days? I don't
Well,
want for 12 days. I want it fresh. Like it's
I'm going to say it says here with an undetectable in milk after a 12-day withdrawal period. So I'm going to say 12 days after stopping feeding the hemp biomass to the cows. The milk's not sitting there. The milk's not sitting there for 12 days.
Milk sit for 12 days.
So what's the biomass? That's stalks, leaves, stems, and roots.
Oh, interesting. Oh God.
Now it was done at the Oregon State University, and they say that the researchers found that CBD and CBD acid remained detectable in the plasma of cows after calving.
Wow.
However, when hemp biomass was drawn from the cow's diet, the risk of ingesting by drinking milk from the cows was eliminated after 2 weeks. So there you go.
Yeah.
And you can't. Now they say that they can't use. They say it's great for nutrition for the cows and everything, but they can't use it. They can't use it as feed.
Well, I think that the snowflakes should not worry about the THC in the meat.
Okay.
They sell that meat specifically for people that want to eat meat that has been fed THC.
They say it can't be used because of the presence of THC, which could pose a risk to consumers.
No, not if you're willing. Not if you're willing to buy it. You can't hurt the willing.
Okay.
I buy it. That thing's infused with THC naturally by eating that. I'm all for that. I'm down. That's grass fed.
Yeah, they say that earlier this month, the Association of American Feed Control Officials backed using hemp seed meal, which are just hemp seeds ground into meal.
What is your problem?
So there you go.
Yeah, I still think it would be okay because I still think that grass-fed cows are grass-fed cows, and I would be for their THC.
Yeah. It's still grass, right? Isn't that what they call it? Grass?
Grass is grass.
Grass is grass. That's right.
Grass is grass, right? Grass, yeah. And like I said, if it's got THC, that's added. That's an added bonus because it's pre-infused.
Yeah.
That's they're missing a market.
I
They're
think so.
missing out on a market. There are a whole bunch of us fucking stoners that would buy that THC.
Well, THC fed beef. Yeah.
It's a market. They're missing out on a market.
Yeah.
Tell
I
me.
guess they're worried about someone eating too big of a steak and getting high.
That sounds like a personal problem. Send them a little CBD cap to go with that. There you go.
Yeah, to bring them down, right?
Big steak. It's THC
Well,
steak. Just send over, we'll just send you right along with some CBD caps. If you suckers are too green now.
yeah.
It's all that. Done.
Thanks for the love there, JJ. Well, I just did a news story about a 90-year-old man who ate some plant that they didn't realize was psychotropic, and this guy got really wired. Yeah. And then there was another fellow who had it at a restaurant. Oh, it's the fish.
Oh,
It was the fish. Did you hear about the fish? The Sala Sapa fish. It gets people high. You got to eat its liver and its brain.
oh. I would be somebody's fucking liver or their brain out, but that sounds really gross.
It does, doesn't it?
A fish liver? And a fish has a brain? When did fish have brains?
Yeah. How does it move its body? How does it eat? Something's got to run all that, right?
It's a little tiny fucking thing that you splatted over with a hatchet, yeah, to get
Right.
it. No, I'm good without the liver and the brain of anything.
Okay, let me just, there we go. The Serpa.
The senior center every Friday for liver and onions. I said, good for you, man. Yeah.
It's called the Serpa Selpa. Okay, and it's native to the Mediterranean Sea and East Atlantic Ocean. Okay. They say Stanford University launched a study on the so-called dreamfish to try to determine why its brain and organs can introduce an LSD-like effect on those who consume it. They said the ancient Romans used to use it for recreational purposes.
Oh, yeah, they're out there fishing the fuck out of that shit.
Now, they believe that it's
the fish.
Yeah, they don't believe that it's the fish itself. Okay, they say that they believe that it is the chemicals naturally occurring in the fish's body, but rather due to the diet that includes toxic macroalgae and phytoplankton. This process is referred to as, I'm not going to say it. I had to post it on Facebook to see if anybody could say it even once. Never mind 5 times fast.
It sounds like arsenic to me.
No, here, I'm just going to blow the word up here. Okay. It's in the quotes at the bottom there. See, it's spelled ICH.
Itchy sadomango blah-blah-ism.
Toxism. Yeah. Okay. Now you understand.
Yeah, I can't say that. Califragilistic.
Yeah.
Ism.
See what else they say. Okay. They said the most recent documented cases of individuals consuming the fish and becoming intoxicated were in 2002 and 1994. 23 years ago, a 90-year-old man ate one at on the French Riviera and started experiencing auditory hallucinations and nightmares for 2 nights. The dream fish he gobbled up had not been gutted properly, and the experience was unintentional.
Yeah.
The latter case,
good, or you're going to get high.
Now, the one in the 1990s, it happened to a 40-year-old male who ingested a baked Serpa Selpa at a restaurant. Ordered the food at a restaurant and started tripping out so hard within a couple of hours that he ended up in the hospital.
Oh, no. I don't mean to laugh, but that can be scary, especially like you're probably wondering, like, what in the fuck did somebody put in my drink?
Now, according to a photographer who was there, is alleged to have he deliberately chowed down on one to see what happened.
Oh,
And he got a
geez.
chef to broil it for him, and he was pleased with the experience. But I could understand where a 90-year-old man wouldn't be very pleased with the experience, especially one who didn't expect to get high.
No, exactly. And the other guy probably like he was like freaked out. He went to the hospital. Like again, if you've never
Yeah.
experienced LSD or psychedelics at all in your life, and you're not expecting to eat a fish and get lit,
Yeah.
like I'm sure you weren't fucking, rat a cowboy. They were probably like terrified because again, depending on the trip that they're having too, like psychedelics can be a good thing and they can be a bad thing. That's a thing. People have to be in a good mindset and in a good environment to do psychedelics.
Yeah.
You can go into some pretty dark, deep places you don't want to.
They say there's been reports of people seeing Batman and pink elephants.
No,
I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. I know what you're
I'm not saying those are bad things, but like again, like
Yeah.
I've had friends that have taken LSD and have had the most wonderful trips ever. They were in a marshmallow floating around with fucking the Stay Puft Man, And then I had
Yeah.
other ones that were in a
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
hell. They were fucking being burnt by fucking demons, and I'm like, I'm not trying that shit. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll
no
pass.
demons. Saw soccer balls before.
Well, I'm not. Like I said, these are two different people that I knew that had, and
Yeah.
were explaining their experiences with LSD, and I'm like, okay, well, the first one sounded fun, like hanging out with the state house puff man, and feeling like you're floating on a marshmallow, and you got rainbows and fucking clouds that are fucking looking like fucking Care Bears and fucking unicorns. Okay, that sounds like fun. That was okay. But then the other one's like, no, I was fucking wrong. I'm like, okay, maybe not.
All right, we've got to go to a commercial break. We've overrun our time.
Oh my god! All right.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, as I mentioned, time for us to go take a break. When we return, we'll continue our talk.
I'm gonna go get some more studies.
Get some more studies to discuss going forward. You're watching the Pace Radio Show. We're live here at paceradio.net and 420pace.ca.
I'm going.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. Open Monday to Friday from 10 till 7 p.m. or by chance. Check out our flags, our t-shirts, plus our hats, and look of that supply of rolling papers, plus much more. We've got bongs and your favorite herbal vaporizers. Look at all the incense we have, as well as for those who collect knives, check out these knives in our collection. And while you're here, stop in to see Shay at the piercing room, where you can get poked by Shay. Daily deals, check them out. Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford, Ontario.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store,
They offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420. Rerolled Saturdays. Check it out. Nothing but non-stop cannabis and psychedelic programming. Find it at 420pace.ca. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Hello and welcome back. You're watching the Pace Radio Show. I'm live, and Tamara's live, but she's just not here right now. I'm sure she'll pop in a minute. Just so you know, if you missed any of our live broadcasts, you can find our live shows afterwards at paceradio.net, as well as on our YouTube channel. And if you're on Spreaker, we release the podcast to Spreaker as well. And that's why we've got radio in our name. So, but it's like tomorrow's going to be a little bit longer than anticipated. So I'm just going to carry on with the study. As I mentioned, I had lots of studies here to bring up. And this next one here, it asks, can low-dose THC be used to medicate young children? There's always some discussion about, kids and cannabis and developing brains and this and that. And I'll just remove Tamara out of the screen until she returns. Whether you should, give kids cannabis. And there's lots of success stories out there. And we've had some in the past on the show.
Sorry, I got sidetracked by my fridge.
Yeah. Okay. I was just starting to get into the story here of some research, or it's a question. Really. Oh, that company. There you go. And the question says, can low dose THC be used to medicate young children?
I think so.
I think so too, as well.
I think it should be used for cats. I think it should be used for everybody.
Yeah. Now they're more or less specifically zeroing on the CBD end of things. What else does it say?
These are great for some people, but again,
Yeah.
see the full combination of all of those spectrums. And people, I'm saying is more effective because it just is.
Yeah.
And
It does say here that low doses of THC are actually beneficial for treating certain conditions in children.
Well, we know a couple that straight CBD didn't do anything. In fact, it made their conditions worse.
Yeah. And you have, we talk about adding the THC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I know that we've talked to Ollie Dog in the past. There's itsy bitsy bit in his medication that he makes for the dogs because of that synergy effect that's not there when you don't have it, right?
And if you use a very minuscule amount, it doesn't affect a pet the same way, same as the child, right? But again, a lot has to do with tolerance too.
Yep.
Pituitary gland. There's so many variables, right?
Studies have proven time and again that low doses and cautiously titrated amounts yield valuable therapeutic benefits for kids. Some of these benefits include seizure reduction, treating spasticity, and even nausea without worrying about intoxicating children or causing them to be impaired.
Well, because gravel will impair a child.
Yeah.
Right? Gravel impairs anybody. It says right on, it causes drowsiness. You used to give kids gravel in the car before you left on a trip so they'd sleep. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's see what else they got on here. Let's see, THC extract for Rett syndrome. This study was from Melbourne, Australia, analyzed children with Rett syndrome. They say it's a rare condition is characterized by seizures, developmental delays, loss of motor coordination, as well as speech. The patients were treated with cannabis extracts that had both CBD and THC twice per day, and then assessed at the start of the study and then again after 12 weeks.
Yep.
And they say the oral administration of cannabis extracts for 12 weeks was associated with significant improvement in core RTT symptoms, including mental alertness, communication skills, socialization, eye contact, attentiveness, and anxiety. They say the cannabis administration also demonstrated improvements in key secondary outcomes, such as overall clinical severity, quality of life, and reduction in caregiver burden.
Seen it with my own two eyes.
Yeah,
So these studies, I'm glad they're actually like publishing them and
correct.
making that they're actually like, not some rarity that you just hear about once in a while. We know people that are, we have a couple of them, like I said. Haley's 31 years old.
Yeah. They said that,
right?
yeah, they say that researchers also analyzed autism scores and found that there was significant improvement, and especially in disruptive behavior.
Shit.
Another one on autism. Yeah. So there's all kinds of, benefits to the kids by using THC, and it's not a big scary thing that they keep talking about being, right?
Adults with the same conditions. Like
Yeah.
I've got AU, ADHD. I find cannabis very beneficial. It helps me with nausea. It helps me with so many things that I can't even list them.
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay. What are you looking at?
A DB.
Rolling.
I'm rolling a doobie for the first time in a week. I said I had to buy pre-rolls because I was so swollen up for 10 days.
Right. Yeah, well, your arthritis, right?
Yep. So today I am rolling a doobie because I can.
Yeah, when you get a day like this where
my
can.
little, buddy box was down on my lap, so I was just looking at rolling this. So I could.
No, do you take advantage of a day where you can roll? If you could roll many, you take the advantage of that, and then have pre-rolls for those days.
I'm not smart. I'm not smart enough to do that.
Well, you can get sore. You can get sore,
Whatever, like the whole, quarter that I've got, and smash it all into doobies and put them in, one of these little jugs that I've got that I've had to buy pre-rolls, and then I'd have
rolling joints. Could rolling 10 joints be a disadvantage because of the fact that it can bother you? Versus, like, you'd be excited or happy that you can roll a joint, but after you roll a few, you find that bothers your arthritis.
Yeah, I guess it probably does because my hands are already like starting to kind of like it depends on the time of day too. Like I'm
right.
First thing in the morning when I first get up, I can barely move. But then once I get up and get moving and stuff, but I'm not taking medication for my rheumatoid arthritis except for the methotrexate once a week. Like I'm not taking anything for it pharmautically except for that.
Yeah.
Taking medication when it says, Tamara, take your meds, that's my ADHD medication. Because that's stuff that I have to take twice a day that I forget, right? Because I'll take it in the morning when I get up, second dose I'll forget. So I've got a reminder for that. But that's only the only medications I take. Like I'm not taking anything else. So except for this, right? And I smoke this pretty much. I get Taven off to school and then I'm lighting one up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And my first doobie of the day is usually when I go for my morning walk.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually up making a coffee. Like I'll do all the things I gotta do, like get him off to school, and then I'll sit down with my coffee. Unless I have my coffee made before then. Depends on what time I get up. But now my alarms are set for 7 a.m., so I'm getting up a little earlier. So before I was sleeping until 10. And again, I was on a different schedule last year because I was working.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the next report. Always, education, right? CBD is promising treatment in skincare, including for acne and psoriasis.
I've heard that before.
I've heard about psoriasis, but I don't know if I heard about the acne. Maybe it's not something I heard a lot about.
Acne, age reparative, and like more of that than acne, but age reparative with CBD oil.
Yeah, the age end of things. Yeah, there's beneficial anti-aging benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, psoriasis. I know that I've sat beside many of patients that were taking the biological medication that I was on at that time for psoriasis.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do use that for psoriasis. And
Yeah, it's an autoimmune condition, right?
right. And that's what I thought. Like, well, maybe if I ate cannabis because it's that autoimmune, it would
Well,
be.
cannabis it helps with your immune system.
So yeah, I thought maybe if I ate it, it would help everything, and it didn't. It helps some things, just not everything, right?
Yeah, just because you eat a big bunch of carrots doesn't mean you're going to all of a sudden not have to wear glasses.
Right.
You know how they say carrots makes you want to wear glasses. Yeah. Eat your carrots. I was allergic to carrots when I was a kid. So. But let's see what it says in here. They say let's see where. Oh yeah, because they're talking about CBD. Okay, dermatologist. Yeah. They say that it found that that it is anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial, analgesic, anti-prolific properties contribute to its therapeutic potential, including all these skin things, skin disorders, promoting skin rejuvenation, hydration, protection against oxidative and environmental damage. Could you use sunscreen?
CETA had to actually put in, but the thing is, you can't use just the CBD because you have to have the SP whatever in it too.
Yeah.
So CETA made some sunscreen with the SP, but it had CBD. It was a CBD cream that she had the SP too. Yep.
Yep. They say it also shows promise in managing skin cancers. I am a skin cancer survivor myself. I don't talk about it a lot, but I had melanoma, and they said it can help with that. Now, just so you know, I did apply cannabis to my melanoma. It was just my cannabis. It wasn't. I didn't get any CBD product to add to it. I just had somebody take my cannabis and made some oil, and I applied it to my skin cancer. But I also had an appointment that if it wasn't gone by a certain date or noticeable reduction, then I was going in to get it removed before it spread. Melanoma is one of the worst cancers that you can get, and I have had family pass away from it. So
my grandfather had it on the top of his head.
Yeah, we've had family in place.
Still had it on the top of his head.
Yeah. It can just go anywhere. So. It's good that they're seeing on that is beneficial. And just so you know that even though I ended up having surgery to remove my cancer, and I used cannabis, it never reached my lymph nodes. It didn't get very deep. And was that because of my cannabis? Did it prevent it from spreading? Maybe. I can see the coloration changing in it, but the size didn't get any smaller. So
yeah, I get you.
It was doing something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
That's interesting. It's I'm not sure how long you left it or how long you used it for. But at the time, like how many weeks before your surgery that you used it? But
a couple months. Because I started using it before I even got to see the specialist.
Gotcha.
Like once I got the diagnosis.
And then they started,
right.
Started
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So and then there was it got a little controversial there at one point, but one place that they thought that was doing the surgery found out that it was already done, and they went, "What?"
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
No, it's still there. I can see it.
yeah.
Not anywhere. No.
Yeah. Now, here's one that won't surprise, I don't think, anybody in another study. The cannabis improves sleep for insomnia patients.
No, that doesn't surprise me one bit.
No, it doesn't surprise me at all either. But, you know, they always say, well, you need more studies. You need more studies. Well, here you go. Here's a study, right? So, let's see. This was just published just last week. It was conducted over 18 months with 124 participants. Woof, woof.
No, it says he's whining because he's not on the bed. So he's
Oh,
whining.
does he want to get on the TV too?
He wants attention. He come home just a complete fucking boob.
Let's see else.
On the bed. He wants to get on the bed, but he can't get on the bed because there's no room on the bed.
Mm-hmm. So they say here the findings indicate a promising association between cannabis-based medicinal product treatment and improvements in sleep-specific outcomes. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that these findings must be interpreted with consideration of limitations in the study's design, and there is a need for high-quality trials to assess the long-term efficacy and safety. So we need more studies.
We need more
Uh,
That's it. That's it about it. Yeah, I'm just so like
well,
for it.
it says here that one counselor has said that cannabis can quiet racing thoughts. I know a person that takes.
Really?
I know a person that takes CBD capsules for that reason. Calms their mind down before they go to sleep. They say that many people with anxiety and depression have had trouble falling asleep because of racing thoughts. So that's where cannabis comes in and helps out short term. But just help calm things down.
Well, it helps me sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know really anybody that doesn't, honestly. Like,
Oh, either do I. You know, there's so many people out there that
they use it specifically for sleep. Like, that's exactly what they say. They eat a gummy before bed, or they, they eat candy before bed to help them sleep, or they have a couple puffs before bed, and that's all they need, and they go to sleep, right? So, I don't know how many more fucking studies these fuckers need.
You don't know what studies do what?
More studies these fuckers need. Like,
oh, I know.
Ask anyone that uses cannabis. What do you use it for? Sleep, man. It helps me sleep. Any fucking stoner out there.
No. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not just always one particular.
How many people say I can't smoke it during the day because if I do, it makes me fall asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard complaints. Al, your weed gives me the munchies, or Al, your weed makes me have a nap.
Yeah. And I like the fact that Al's weed gives people naps.
Yeah, puts you to sleep.
I hear that lots too.
Yeah.
Stuff just made me want to sleep. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Anything different? Because all I want to do is sleep on that stuff. No, I don't. Sorry. No, that's all I got. You need to get more.
Okay, I've got a report here from the Ontario Cannabis Store. They put out a social impact report, and they say this is detailing advancements made through a social responsibility program.
Oh my fucking god, this can be good.
Okay, that's how they
This
emphasize.
is gonna be good.
What's that?
I said, imagine this is gonna be good.
Okay. This is the second report that they've put out, and they're going to do more of them. So this report highlights significant investments the OCS made across various social impact initiatives. So this is money that they put out or whatever, right, to do all this. And don't forget, the OCS is one, if not the most profitable business in Canada when it comes to cannabis.
Well, I would fucking hope they've spent a lot of money then.
Here we go. Let's find out where they spent some of it. Public education. They said they spent $2.8 million to promote responsible use and awareness of the legal market.
I don't care about that. That's fucking yellow. Next.
They spent $560,000 to support cannabis-related events through industry sponsorships. They spent $525,000 for community research projects that funded through the Social Impact Fund.
Ooh, don't go, run to the bank with that one.
They donated $357,000 or invested in studying the impacts of cannabis industry and OCS operations.
Okay.
Now, yeah, there's no money allocated for anything that you're probably waiting for.
No, I was like waiting for a drum roll.
Yeah, no. Okay, they highlighted more than $4.6 million spent on creating a more equitable and informed Ontario, they say. They created 38 educational resources, 61 collaborative partnerships, and 3 years of climate smart certifications, or whatever that is. Climate smart. I guess that's not the Cancel. I know that. So. Let's see what else they have. That's it. They said there is a full report somewhere. It's available online, but yeah, there was no money donated to helping with this, so no. Yeah, there's nothing that way.
Nothing fabulous. Like, hey, we built 20 parks, or hey, we helped a bunch of single moms go to school for free, or hey, we bought a bunch of school lunches, or hey, we hired 500,000 new teachers and doctors, and hey.
No. You warn people about cannabis in the illicit market. That's probably some of that money go towards those fake stores that they had up.
And them stupid fucking ads they put out. Hey man, don't smoke and drive at the same time, man. Hey man, you smoked a joint, let's get in the car, man. Like the ridiculous ads. How much money they spend on advertising? $5 billion?
Almost $3 million just from the OCS is what they said.
Oh my fucking Christ. That just almost makes you want to throw up. That's a waste of money.
See this hat? This worn out, beat up hat.
Yeah,
it's been in more cannabis events than most people. Yeah, it's actually this.
And it smells like smoke too.
I had Gooey wrote an article, patient profile of me, back when he wrote for the Cannabis Health magazine. And that was back in the Hamilton days, Up in Smoke, before Vapor Central. Like you're going back like 2006 or somewhere around there. And I'm wearing this hat in that photo in the magazine.
What does that hat say? Medicinal?
That says 420. Yeah.
Well, that's appropriate, Al.
It is. Yeah, exactly. All right. What do you say? Time for us to take a break?
Sure, I got a whining dog to deal with.
All right. We're going to pay some bills. When we get back, we will continue our discussion. We got some more studies, reports coming up, and how much money Canadian households spent on cannabis as well.
That they just, pissed away on absolutely nothing.
All right, you're watching the Pace Radio Show. We're live here at paceradio.net.
Gotta pay those bills. Gotta take care of those bills.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. About 2 3/4 minutes. Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network. here at paceradio.net. Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, open Monday to Friday from 10 till 7 p.m. or by chance. Check out our flags, our t-shirts, plus our hats, and look of that supply of rolling papers, plus much more. We've got bongs and your favorite herbal vaporizers. Look at all the incense we have, as well as for those who collect knives, check out these knives in our collection. And while you're here, stop in to see Shay at the piercing room, where you can get poked by Shay. Daily deals, check them out. Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford, Ontario. Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420. Rerolled Saturdays. Check it out. Nothing but non-stop cannabis and psychedelic programming. Find it at 420pace.ca. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network, here at paceradio.net.
And you're watching the Pace Radio Show, and tonight we're talking about some studies, some research, and whatever comes off the top of our minds, right, Tamara?
Usually.
Okay. You know how we're always talking about cannabis, quality of life, it can improve. It's a medicine, how it can help people with so many different conditions. But it can also be a killer. And that is, there's a report here that the darkling beetles are no match for a hemp-based insecticide.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they made a hemp-based insecticide and the beetles lost.
The beetles lost. That's right. The adult form of mealworms. They wreak a heavy toll on poultry industry. Okay, hang on.
Well, I'm not sad about that because it's natural-based pesticide.
Yeah.
Inhibit something that's going to hurt my chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Why
They
did
say that there was an experiment that involved students picking an insect and determining an optimal feed formulation had some unexpected results. One student chose hemp as a feed, and while the insects appeared to thrive on a hemp diet, they never fully developed into adults and were deformed and died. And the connection was made. Feed them hemp. It's going to kill them. Okay.
I have to say
the researchers say that hemp-derived pesticides are not only effective against darkling beetles without harming poultry, but also fleas, cockroaches, and other insect pests. You could feed flies. It says flies, so we can feed hemp to flies. We could, for people like ourselves who are in the rural area,
I have lots of flies.
Can have lots of flies. Yeah. Let's see what else it says here.
You just grow the plants, will it keep them away?
Maybe.
But it's
I'm
hemp,
just-
not cannabis, right?
okay. They say they want to establish our pesticides are a viable product, and they partner with companies to bring it to the market. Yeah. So I guess you could. What would you do? They don't talk about how you could. How you could. I guess
Like
you
is it like dimaceous? Like,
just leave the hemp out for the bugs to eat. They don't say anything about how they made it,
well, like
other than
diatomaceous earth is like, like it's like crustules, but it's a powder. They
yeah.
grind it all up. So what do? Grind up your dry cannabis, or your dry hemp, and then throw it on top of your dirt. So
They don't say how they're making the pesticide, other than they just found it through. This was many years ago that they found that they had ate the hemp and died. So
I'd be down with the pesticide.
hey, I have no problem with putting plants in my living room, growing cannabis in the kitchen.
No, no, I don't have them inside. It's more outside because they're like.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, this seems to be along the line of helping to feed chickens. Because they say that the target species is the darkling beetle, and say the beetles are attracted by the feed, and they not only eat and contaminate it, but they infest the birds as well, and can transmit diseases.
I see.
Yeah.
Dark
It doesn't say if they made a paste or whether they made some spray or whether they just talked about that.
I'll have whacking nuts with them ostriches out in BC. I have to worry about my chickens every single day.
Yeah, there you go. Well, throw some hemp out there, just so you know. The several years ago, 1994, actually, to tell you the truth, there was an experiment that was done with some chickens that consumed hemp seed. That's what their feed was, hemp seed. And there were several of them that that ate this hemp seed. And in the end, the chickens were entered into a contest. And the contest was being put on by people connected to, I don't think it was directly to, it was an association. There it was. It was an association, and their members were the Drug Enforcement Agency. So they fed these chickens hemp seed, and they entered the birds into this contest, like I said. And in the end, the hemp seed birds, or the reefer roasters is what the show is called, won. They went home with a certificate. They interviewed some of the DEA inspectors that go around, and they were quite surprised. And they said this is the first time that the DEA ever paid for any hemp that they took. Because normally it's stealing. They're arresting somebody for it.
Yeah.
So, and this was back in 1994. This is well before the Farm Bill was done in 2018. But yeah, look it up on YouTube. Reefer roasters.
Reefer roasters.
Reefer roasters.
I should get my chickens some hemp seed.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't got the video.
But here's my question on that. They won't feed hemp to cows because it won't stay out of their milk for 12 days. But if you feed hemp to a chicken, it's okay. It's going to come out in their eggs.
There was nothing there as far as how do I.
Or did they even bother to test them because they just didn't give a fuck?
Well, I don't know of them testing him for the birds for any THC.
As I mean,
Yeah,
we just had an article, a study on cattle, where they won't,
yeah.
allow the cattle meat to be used because there's THC in it still. Yet they're
Hmm.
feeding fucking chickens fucking. I guess there's no THC in them. But how is the cow? How are the cattle getting
Okay,
THC?
here you go. This is I'm going to actually I'm gonna load one of these videos up right now. And
Jesus, smoking another joint and eating now.
yeah, they fed the birds hemp seed, and they loved it.
Oh yeah,
It may take a few minutes for it to load. So, all right, we'll move on to the next thing. As,
they love
as
anything. Them fucking raptors will eat anything.
yes, they will, won't they?
I'm
Okay,
not sure about a human, but you just never know.
we're gonna move on now to, as I said, how much cannabis did the Canadian household spending on cannabis reaches? Oh, I got the hiccups now. $2 billion. It says here Canadian household final consumption expenditures for cannabis reached a new high of over $1.7 billion in the second quarter of 2025. It's a lot of smoke.
Yeah,
Um,
we be smoking.
yeah. I'm just seeing if they're breaking it down to an average per household here, but I'm not seeing that in this report. No.
Why about fucking yawns? Jeez.
I thought they might have said how much on average, like they spend $200 a month or $50 a month or something like that,
I
eh?
think on average, people are spending probably anywhere between $600 and $800 a month on cannabis.
How much?
$600 and $800 a month on cannabis.
Wow! Holy smokes!
Yep.
Ooh.
I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that people on average are spending $600 a month on cigarettes and then bitching about the fact that they're broke and can't afford groceries. But their priorities are cigarettes, cannabis, and alcohol before groceries. And then they got no money to buy groceries, and they're bitching they spend $600 on groceries. They don't have bucks to spend on cigarettes. So
Yeah,
pick
and
battles, right? Like pick your priorities. But again, everything in life ain't free, and
no.
and you gotta pick your priorities. And if you're gonna, bitch about fucking, you gotta pay $2 for Ichiban now rather than, going to the dollar store, I guess, and buying it there, and then complaining that your beer's not, your beer's too much. Like, just then quit drinking the beer, quit smoking the cigarettes. The cigarettes, that's a really hard one. I'm not gonna say, it's easy.
Well, quitting alcohol can be tough too, right?
The alcohol too can be tough, but again, like cannabis too can be tough to try and like wean yourself down off. But again, like don't sit and bitch about price groceries when you're spending that much money on weed and booze and
That's why I buy
cigarettes.
a card a month.
I buy 2 for myself a month, but I'm buying probably 4 a month for my son.
Well,
Right?
yeah.
About 1 a week, right? And then I'm probably myself going through probably $400 a month for weed myself, right? So yeah, that's about $500-600 a month between the carts and the weed for our household, and that's not what I
Yeah.
purchased in Grand Prairie. So yeah, another $200 for him, say up in Grand Prairie. That's $800 a month for cannabis.
It adds up quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then again, and we're all medical users. Like
I'm so
that's
glad I can grow my own.
well, and that thing
Yeah.
is like I can't yet. Like I just don't have
Yeah.
the power, right? But again,
Right.
I'm hoping soon that this is going to come to pass, and I can. But until I can, but again, that's 3 people, and we're all medical users. Like every single one of us are
Right.
using medical. Yet nobody's subsidizing that. Nobody's making it any easier. It's not any cheaper. So
Mm-hmm. Um. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna load up this video here. Okay, first I'm gonna play this one first, just to introduce you to this stuff here. The reefer
Roasted
roaster.
roosters.
Right, right. And I got another one loading, just so you know.
Well, you know Skippy went down to the farm with 10 pounds of hemp seed under each arm. His feet a moving, his mind a clicking. He was gonna feed that hemp seed to a chicken. Well, the chicken couldn't get enough. Eating that hemp seed, not that other stuff, was the damnedest thing that farmer ever saw. Those birds got so damn big, we took them to a barbecue sponsored by the pig. Meat inspector blown away. He was even sad to say, it's not much of me being a boaster, but I'd eat that reefer roaster. And we ain't even breaking the law. Reefer roasters, don't get you high. Reefer roasters, I'll have a thigh. Reefer roasters, juicy and hot. Reefer roasters, not just pot.
Fellow sent me a report written by the Birdman of Alcatraz, claiming it was the best singing food for canaries that there was, and that it was literally the best food birds could get for them. I'd already heard in Europe that they had used it to feed chickens and thought it was a good deal, and it apparently, their studies said it made their chickens fat and healthy. So it went from there to my friend decided to raise some and invited me to come to a barbecue. Wow! A policeman's benevolent organization through a really nice barbecue. Excuse me. And the reefer roasters went, and there were chickens raised here on this farm by some friends of mine, specifically for that, and they were fed this really healthy diet, and these were great chickens. That when we took them we took these chickens to the location, the first thing they had to have done was they had to be inspected by a meat inspector. The inspector's remarks were to the effect, this chicken meat looked so healthy that he had not seen meat like that in 15 years, and he'd been a meat inspector for 20-something.
There you go.
I don't doubt it. But again, where are you going to find clean hemp seed?
Oh yeah. I'm not sure. The whole video is like half an hour long, right? Yeah. And I created these small little things for another purpose, and I'm not sure in there that they even mention where they get the hemp seeds from. This is 94. You saw the date on the thing there, right? Yeah. So there's no hemp farm bill. Hemp, is illegal back then.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, that's why he's kind of snickering.
Yeah.
Eating him hemp seed, and even hemp seed back then was illegal. Like, it wasn't something that you could readily get.
No, exactly.
Even now, it's still regulated the same way as cannabis.
Yep, it was super illegal. Oh, that file's too big. Can't show that file. Yeah, it was. You have to look that up.
I will.
On YouTube. Reefer roaster.
On my new Roku TV. So
yeah.
I will.
Maybe I'll show it this way. Maybe I can bring it up this way. As you heard him, he was talking about the police thing that they were doing.
Yeah. They were specifically used for this event.
Right. Okay, let me see if I can get this.
education was getting done. All sorts of people were coming over to the tent, reading the literature, examining hemp products.
This is
while
the festival.
marijuana leaves fluttered in the breeze. Everything was going well. And then the narcs showed up.
Yeah.
After all, this was a police event, and the visit was friendly. No arrests were made, and this time they paid for the hemp products they took.
They're at a police event. What? My brother to you.
Just remember, don't try to smoke it.
Yeah. Plastic.
There's hemp too.
Yeah. True.
George McMahon, the chief chef for the Reefer Roasters Project, suffers from nail patella syndrome and is one of the only 8 medical marijuana patients currently receiving government-grown marijuana as part of the government's compassionate use.
Is that a legal joint he's smoking?
Yeah.
Looks like a good, this is a barbecue put on by the police. Looks like everybody's having a good time.
There's a rumor that we're ahead in every category.
Oh my God, chicken. Hemp-fed chicken. Probably lined up. Some of that weed chicken.
They even got good tunes.
I can say that.
Everybody's enjoying the chicken.
Hemp-fed chicken. What? Hemp-fed chicken. Yeah. Come on, try just one taste. The barbecue sauce is made with a hemp oil base, hemp seed oil base. There's no THC, it's okay.
What?
It's a good piece of chicken.
It looks like one of them stuffed bird steaks.
It looks like it's good. He looks to be enjoying it.
Girl coming back for a second. Where are you going to work?
High on pork. All right, what happened? What we got here? Above and beyond the college. Yeah, we don't have any.
Winner!
We
Winner!
smoke them. Yeah, and we smoke them too.
The Metropolitan Police has thanked DC Normal for growing reefer roasters on hemp seed and cooking them for the barbecue battle judges. I'd call that a nice outcome.
Really?
We're building good relations with the community police.
Yeah.
There you go. Reefer Roasters. Check it out on YouTube.
That's
It
awesome.
is, yeah.
And that was like 2 decades ago, like 94, 3 decades.
94. Yeah.
3
Yeah.
decades ago, 30 years ago.
So that was
30 fucking what?
obviously, yeah. You can see the one cop there. What? It's what? Yeah, they raised with hemp, man. So
I think that's great. And like again, I think the regulations on hemp are ridiculous, and it should be able to be grown just like wheat or canola or whatever field that farmer decides to throw in that year. They're reminded that it helps with summer fallow. It takes the toxins out of the dirt. There's so many benefits to having just a hemp field to do like a cleanup on any land.
yeah.
Growing it around all those orphan wells in Alberta.
Yeah. Help clean up the land out there.
The sand.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we're down to the last few minutes here. What have I got left here? Did you hear about the big bust? Let's see what the big bust was.
No.
Several hundred kilos of cannabis, along with cannabis plants, edibles, vapes, tobacco, cocaine, and cash. 5 people have been charged. They're distributing cannabis in New Brunswick, Quebec, and Nova Scotia. They seized 753 pounds of cannabis.
What? That's quite a fair bit of
28,280 cannabis plants. A few there, eh? 400 cartons of tobacco. Okay. And they found money. Vapes and edibles. 5 people have been charged with that.
It's unfortunate that, it still continues to be used as a commodity. Like,
yeah,
tobacco is legal too. So is alcohol, yet it's still used. They still have black market.
Still bootleggers in both ends.
There absolutely is. You can make there's contraband cigarettes like all over the place. You can buy them online for crepe's sakes. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's same with weed. You can buy it online, whether it's reputable or not. When you're buying it online, you don't know who you're buying it from. But again, these things are, able to be, purchased, right?
Yep. What do you got? Okay. Well, you got anything else you want to mention, say, do, bring up?
No. I don't.
No.
Send money to CSP, tamaralee9@hotmail.com. Because we need stuff. So other than that, because I got people waiting. So yeah, we need stuff. But other than that, no. Just, another in the hood.
Yeah. All right, then we shall sign off and say thanks to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, as well as to our sponsors, Limestone City Hydroponics.ca, the Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, and At-Eze.ca. And other than that, thanks once again, and we'll see you next week. Other than that, bye-bye. Let's share PACE everywhere. That way it can help create peace. People everywhere advocating cannabis education. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.